Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Jyotirmaya Yoga. We focus on spirituality, a journey to self realization. Please subscribe for the mystical meanings of our scriptures and having daily satsang with us. We are currently enjoying the book The Art of Positive Feeling by Swami Jyotirmayananda ji, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. We are currently talking about desires, karma, and especially brahmacharya. Mere externals are not an indicator of one's advancement in brahmacharya. An unmarried person can be more preoccupied with sexuality than one who is married and may have many thoughts and fantasies about passion swirling within his mind. A married couple with children, on the other hand, may reach a level of understanding in which they realize that sex is not an end in itself, and they may learn to fulfill their sentiments on deeper levels and no longer rely on sex. In that case, their relationship becomes very profound and they are moving towards true brahmacharya. In the deeper philosophical sense, brahmacharya implies control and sublimation of biological passion, leading to the recovery of a deeper perception of love. This deeper, infinitely inspiring and elevating love unites not just the sexes, but man with the universe and all that exists. The ideal of brahmacharya asserts that a human being, whether male or female, is intrinsically the self, meaning Brahman or God, and his or her instinct to love will ultimately be completely fulfilled only in the state of self realization, wherein union of the self in all is attained. Till then, the effort in the journey must continue. The human need for communion and creative fulfillment. An inherent urge to create and to commune with all that exists operates in every personality. It is the essential longing of every soul, although most people are not consciously aware of this. The more familiar instinctive biological urge to reproduce and to become involved in passionate relationships is merely a shadow of the intuitional demands of your soul to commune with all that exists. That urge deep within for inner creativity and expansion of the soul can be fulfilled without entering into relationships, but only if one is spiritually evolved and possesses a highly intuitive intellect. Without having produced children, you can see the fulfillment of seeing all children as your own children. You can feel your own self in all without ever getting into a relationship of a selfish physical nature. But it requires a supernormal mind, a saintly mind, for one to have this experience of spiritual unity. So it is a gradual journey, slowly, one step at a time. But then we make great progress if we are persistent and we are being guided properly by a qualified spiritual preceptor. Until one is evolved enough to experience true cosmic consciousness and divine love, one needs interpersonal relationships and family involvements to help awaken the desire for such lofty forms of love. Nature awakens in you the idea of loving the self, a love which is difficult to cognize by enchanting you with the many easily understood varieties of love in the world: passionate love, parental love, love between friends, love between a teacher and a student, between a guru and his disciple, etc. A human being must be creatively fulfilled. If one does not experience a deeper form of creativity on the mental and spiritual level, Then nature forces him to fulfill the creative urge on the physical and instinctive planes. In this process of your exploring the pleasures of the world in search of happiness and fulfillment, nature does not seem to care what happens to your physical system. She subjects your body to repeated heights of passion and states of dissipation until your personality believes it has fulfilled the urge of passion and biological creativity. Deluded by illusory pleasure, it is possible to forget that you are not merely a biological personality, that you are a human being with the possibility of overcoming biological instinct and enjoying the blessings of intuitive understanding. As you advance spiritually, you begin to enjoy intuitive expansion and discover a different form of creation, a creativity of consciousness, a creativity of the soul. The moment that creativity arises, the need for biological creativity is overcome. This is what is referred to as sex sublimation in yogic terminology. When the mental energy that pours down into the senses is controlled by intuitive understanding, your thoughts are clear, your mind is sensitive to the deeper harmony inherent in the world, and you enjoy a more profound joy in life. Sublimated sex energy, known in yogic terminology as ojas shakti, produces an extraordinary vitality in the human body and mind. Ojas means radiance, the aura, and Shakti means the energy. So, when we, instead of wasting this energy that is so powerful, we sublimate it, it goes through our Kundalini Shakti and comes up and fills us with radiance and joy, and also gives us deep spiritual experiences. So, a mind that vibrates with spiritual strength radiates an effulgence which gives a glow and luster to the entire personality. That magnetic effulgence has a powerful effect on others and helps them to perceive their own potential strength in a most inspiring and divine way. Compare that state of mind with the state of mind that arises in the height of passion. The mind overcome by passion is a tense and clouded mind. It depends helplessly on the objects of pleasure and is devoid of any real creativity. When you compare the mind in these two states, you begin to understand the sweetness and the grandeur that arises due to mental expansion. This higher form of joy overcomes the mind's inclination towards lesser pleasures, and that is what is referred to as sex sublimation or brahmacharya. A philosophical look at sexual differences. Preoccupation with sex has its roots in body identification, identifying yourself as a male or as a female. However, in reality, the innermost spirit in a person is neither male nor a female and is unaffected by the characteristics of the physical body. Led by different karmas, an individual soul may incarnate as a male in one birth and as a female in another. Once you deeply understand that you are the spirit, you are no longer enslaved by gender, and even in your lifetime, you overcome sex consciousness as well as body identification of itself. When human beings see each other as bodies, they are putting each other in a degraded position. But when they see each other as a spirit, it is very uplifting. The body may appear to be the most important thing about another person in the beginning of a relationship, but as your intellect matures, you realize that the body is just like a cloth. The spirit is beyond body, beyond sexes. Men and women basically are sexless. They are spirits, not males or females. In the plane of spirit, there are no sexes. However, in the process of evolution, there is a need for the soul to discover certain qualities of the mind, and that need polarizes itself in the form of male and female personalities. In the course of the soul's repeated incarnation, females have not been females all the time, and males have not been males all the time. Their souls have assumed different personalities, male and female, as one incarnation has followed another. Depending on and identifying with their biological structure, males and females consider themselves to be imperfect and incomplete without each other, and they begin to relate themselves to each other in diverse ways, drawn by a powerful attractive force that they do not understand. If that force is properly understood, it will lead to the practice of brahmacharya and a higher form of relationship. One is simply, if it is not properly understood, then one is simply captured by the instinctive demands for biological procreation and passion. Although you may be drawn to a partner by instinctive and karmic factors, gradually you must come to realize that the purpose of love and married life is not merely the deriving of comfort and pleasure. Rather, partners in a healthy and meaningful love relationship must learn to minimize their selfish demands for pleasure and become endowed with increasing endurance, patience, self sacrifice, and understanding. If they are able to do so, they are promoting their mutual spiritual evolution, and their union will be glorified. If they do not, then their union is simply an external show and will not lead to real fulfillment and satisfaction. With this, we conclude our satsang for today, and I will see you on this beautiful journey in tomorrow's satsang. Hari Om Tat Sat.